Hey folks, how are you? Side.Quest number 19. Very welcome you all are, would the other say. Oh my god. Like, I was watching the UBISOFT FORWARD event, and I think was good. It's good to see companies doing online events more and more. So, you know, you get aware of what is happening. You don't need to be physically somewhere. You can watch it and get it right away. And I think this is the best way to promote whatever new you have. But I miss physical events. I miss. There's something special physical events. Something, I don't know. I think it's maybe the adrenaline of doing that. I don't know. I used to present a lot of events, so maybe I'm missing that part, that adrenaline. Okay, but we are here for the side quest. We are here for the news in the past 2 days, because I did a side quest on Tuesday, but you know what? I should do side quests just like this, Tuesday and Thursday, and we have open talk, and I talk to you guys, and there are several people here. Magical English Live, Vinicius Rodriguez, Luigi Cataruzzi, among many others, but let's go to the news. Okay, so here is my Twitter account. Yes, side quest is because on that side of the screen we have a quest. It's all the news so far. Okay, so this was done by the ROG North America. Love those guys. And they published something about the new graphic cards somehow. And they say gaming on PC is better than console. You know why? I know why. You can dial in your hardware and settings to get the exact experience you want at 1080p, 2K, or 4K. We did just that with Death Stranding in our latest article on ROG blog. Hit here. Yes, true. It's very flexible, right? And you can match the available hardware you have. If you have a monitor that is 1080, why do you need 4K? If you have a monitor that is 120 hertz, maybe you can put it down the resolution and get more FPS to match your refresh rate. That makes a lot of sense. PC is very flexible, although we cannot forget that PC is also more expensive. In one way, with a PC, you're not only going to do games, right? Have this in mind. You can do a bunch of other stuff. You can do editing videos, you can do your work, you can create a lot of stuff. PC is much more flexible in every single sense. But on gamings, there's more than only resolution, settings, and flexibility to upgrade graphic cards along the time. So we upgrade the quality of the game you're having, or RAM, or processor. Processor a little bit tricky. I wouldn't update processor, I don't think there is a need. If you have a good processor, a good motherboard, mainly maybe SSD if it's really faster from every 2 years, and definitely RAM if you really need it, but graphic cards for sure. Graphic cards from time to time, it's good to upgrade. And here it goes. The other thing that I think that the comment here was good, but this is a small point. The best about the PC game, in my opinion, is the extreme performance. Because you cannot compete with consoles in terms of the experience they bring to you if you don't care to extreme performance, if you don't care to extreme settings. You know what I mean, right? For sure it's different. But the light that shines over PC, it's on extreme performance. Plus the fact you don't lose your titles. If you have Steam or any other store like Origin Store, whatever, the titles are there for any PC you have. And you can play. And you don't lose it if you upgrade your graphic card. So this is something that is really good on PCs, and we should never miss the point, the real point of PCs, which is updating your hardware to extreme performance on gamings without losing your titles. I think that's the point. I know I spend a lot of time doing this. Oh my god, Link! Zelda here. I'm really thrilled by the Hyrule Warriors. And, like, when I saw this kind of news, and I love this account, Go Nintendo Tweet is really good, Go Nintendo is really good. They say that the sales boost over 1,500% on the current Hyrule Warriors. I think most of it is because people don't know what they're buying. They saw the promotion about the new title to come, and they go and buy the old title. And that's a common thing. That's really a common thing that happens on this market. If you are promoting a new title and you have an old title with similar name, this can happen, especially if the look and feel is similar, like in this case. But I'm thrilled about the Hyrule Warriors. I want to really know. I'm more interested not about the game itself. I'm more interested about the story. I want to know the story. What really happens to make them lose completely, Because Breath of the Wild, you start 100 years after. And this is the 100 years before. So you can know what happens. And it's going to be sad, because you know the end, right? You lost. Then you're going to sleep for 100 years, whatever happens. Yes. I love this one from PS5 only. When you first launch Remote Play app and see PS4 games running on your phone. Yeah. Cloud gaming is the future. Near future. And everyone knows it. And everybody that denies that, it's blind, though. It's crazy blind. And I think like the new generation we are seeing right now of the new Xbox Series X and S, doesn't matter. It's just a confusion in terms of names. Xbox, come on. And the new PS5, they are excellent hardware. But no better than PC, because even before they release their hardware with the new NVIDIA graphics cards, PC has already better graphics than the new generation consoles. So they are getting old even before they're being launched. So in terms of hardware competition, PC is ahead, and to be honest, in the coming years, we'll just get better. We'll just get more aggressive. So consoles cannot compete by graphics anymore when it talks about extreme performance like games. PC will lead that. On the other hand, you can have 4K 60 frames per second right now on Stadia. You can have it right now. And you don't pay $300 for a console, or $500, or whatever is the price of PlayStation 5, we don't know yet. You can use that money to buy more accessories or to buy more games. $300 is like 6 games, 5 games. AAA, brand new, just launched games. So there's no competition when it comes to cloud gaming when cloud game is done right. And I see the way Stadia is evolving. There is no other way around. We are watching the last generation of consoles. This is the last generation. The last generation that makes sense. They have to transition to cloud gaming. When I see the Xbox Series S, the $300 version, I see a portal for Xbox Game Pass on streaming. They have to invest. Microsoft has all the ingredients. They must go super forward. They must invest all on the streaming because they have everything. They have the developers. They have the back-end infrastructure. They have the hardware. They have the software. They have the titles. They have the market. They have all the ingredients. PlayStation don't. They don't have all the ingredients for cloud gaming. If they insist in a new console generation, they're going to be way behind. I could talk for hours here about the Stadia technology, which is right now the state of art on cloud gaming. And the fight right now is to have you, customer, player, playing their platform and creating your own library. Because if you create a huge library on your cloud gaming service, whatever it is, if it's a Stadia, if it's Xbox, whatever is the name of, all the time they're changing, whatever. If you create your library there, the library will keep you there. You want just to increase your library. It's always available for you. So, like Luigi Cataruzzi said here, that he imagined the day when Microsoft Flight Simulator runs on the ROG phone. To be honest, with cloud gaming, it's possible. It's possible. I can play Doom Eternal on ROG phone. Actually, I have a video on this channel doing that. You can check. It's a AAA gaming. Very demanding. From PC. It's a PC gaming, we can say, running on ROG phone via Stadia, and works perfectly. And you can watch it. I'm considering to do a gameplay always on Stadia in this channel, always on ROG phone, so you guys can always see how it works. I think that's something I would do, definitely. I'll do that. What about this one? How cool is that? I love this artwork. I love the way it was done. The Famicom, the original Famicom. The console that make Nintendo a behemoth. But rework in the mind of this artist. And it's so cool as a tank. How cool is that? I love it. Yes, Fortnite's still okay. On Switch, dude. On Switch, they are flying. And they are flying also on the smartphones. Flying. Crazy. On PC, flying. They don't have the problems they are facing with the fruit company. You know what I mean, right? And I have a new video on the channel. A new level up video is the Kunai 3 gamepad. Go there, watch. There's a very fast unboxing, and also I explain a little about the new Kunai gamepads. Those here. They're awesome for the ROG Phone 3. It's really cool. Go there and check. This video is really, really cool. Oh, I want this so badly, so badly. This is the new Game Watch. I mean, the old Game Watch, but with the old Mario. So everything on that is old, but the hardware is new. It just looks old. I had those, you know. I have some of those. I lost along the time. I don't know where they are. But I had it, and I love it. I love so much, so comfortable. You put in your... It's so compact. You put in your pocket and take with you. I'm considering to buy two. One, I will leave in the box. The other one, I will carry with me everywhere I go. That's what I'm thinking through, you know. I need this. 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 So badly. I need this. Yes, I make a comment here. It's about the Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Come on, this is a no-brainer. Just buy it. Just buy it. It's a no-brainer. If you like Mario, buy it. If you have a Nintendo Switch, buy it. Don't waste your time thinking. Just buy it, right? Vinicius Rodriguez, he said, do you think this fight will result in anything? He's referring to the Fortnite and Apple. I doubt. But it's a good move. I think that would be way better if Epic promote other platforms where his game is available. Just like Fortnite. And say, we are leaving the Apple Store because it's not fair what they're doing, and we are available in other stores that we think it's fair. That should be the way. But the way they make it, it got super confused and put some people against them. And some comments against them. They have a noble cause. It makes sense. They just need to leave Apple. remove their fan base from Apple, come to Android, come to PC, come to many other places they can play their games. That would be a way more efficient strategy, in my opinion, and they could use any kind of advertisement. And I love that advertisement they did against Apple. I think it's perfect. If it will result in anything, I doubt. But you have to have in mind that here in the US, Apple and many other big players in the market, just recently they were put against the wall about monopoly and how big they are and how dangerous they are because they're too big. I think this can play a big role in what has happened on the Senate, what has happened on the government against the big companies in the US. So this is really interesting situation. Okay, here, ta-da, we have something that I mentioned in the last Side.Quest. Who could imagine Sega and Nintendo playing together if you go back to the console wars of the 90s? And then this guy just got this from somewhere. I don't know from where is this, but it's like this. When I'm 64. This is from the time there is the Nintendo 64. And there is this probably letter, because at that time we used letters, physical letters. And the letter said like this: Dear Sonic, I think you are great, but there is one problem I need you to solve. I have a Sega Mega Drive, which in the US it's a Genesis. So actually this could be from UK actually. Because if it was US, should be Genesis. A Sega Saturn and a Nintendo 64. So the guy has two Sega consoles and a Nintendo 64. On my Mega Drive and Sega Saturn, I have lots of Sonic games. But my Nintendo 64 has no Sonic games. At that time, this kind of question looks dumb. Maybe it's just a boy. So I wonder if you could make a game on Nintendo 64 and call it Sonic 64. Jake Islow from Bristol, yes, UK, you see. And then the answer from the magazine probably is a Sega publication or something like this. There is like a Sonic, and the answer was crossover to Nintendo? I don't think so, Jake. Well, time will tell. Indeed. Yes. Never say never. Never say never. Let me see some comments from you guys. Gianki83, doesn't the console games are optimized for the console hardware different than PC? Yes, it used to be way more. Today, the gap is not that big. Remember on the PlayStation 2 and on the PlayStation 3, there is like special hardware that is not available in other consoles. That is not it's different kind of hardware than on PCs. But now, a computer with x86 technology, architecture, that you have today is the same architecture on consoles. Even if there is some custom stuff developed for them, still x86 is AMD actually, pretty much. So the difference is not that big anymore. Actually, it's pretty close. Talk to any dev, they're gonna say, yeah, there's some stuff they have to care about it, like the controllers, compatibility, and some stuff on the hardware is a little bit different, and they have to make sure it will work. But it's not that big difference like it used to be in the past. So yes, there is optimization for sure. There's also optimization for PC. And there is way more optimization for cloud gaming. Way more. Because cloud gaming is even more customized. Especially Stadia. Stadia is crazily customized. The hardware they have on the servers is crazy. They have a special deal with AMD. They have these processors running different servers. And those processors that are running different servers, they can share the cores among the servers. It's crazy. Crazy. And that was really cool. Really cool. Okay, so here we have something that I was mentioning right in the beginning of this side quest. Like, I shared the same feelings that this guy. Like, he said, I'm not ready for the last mission in Hyrule Warriors, the Age of Calamity. Yeah, the surrender moment, the moment that they realize they cannot win, they lost. It's gonna be sad, but I have to play that. I love, sometimes the Doom guys on the Doom account, they do this kind of jokes. I love this. Look to this Elvis demon. How cool is that? How funny, right? And 3080 is deploying. Have in mind, 3080 is the first one to deploy. The second one to deploy will be the 3090, and the third one to deploy will be the 3070, which is the most expected one. And this guy, this lucky guy, just received from NVIDIA UK the 3080 for review. Yes. The water in my mouth. Like, oh my god. It's crazy. Magical English Life, he make a question. Talking about Stadia, why Google is taking so long to implement Stadia in other countries besides the pandemic? Good question. I don't know the answer, but I can guess. I think the infrastructure of servers. Remember, the servers that run Stadia is not the same servers that Google use for search or many other services. They are different kind of servers. They will be in the same data centers. They will be in the same nodes Google has in the countries. But those servers, they are different. And you have to be in each capital you're going to deploy the service. So if you go to a country and it's a small country, it's easier. Because it's easier to cover the territory with the servers in different cities. But if you have a country like Brazil that is huge, it's a problem. So you have to go to the different data centers you have spread along the country and implement those servers and make them run and set the services in the Portuguese language, for instance. Portuguese and customizations, it's a different level of complexity. I don't think it's that hard because somehow it belongs to the publisher in terms of making it ready. They should have it. There's some small changes for that. For the interface of Stadia, it's the app on the smartphone pretty much, and Chromecast. So you have to make the Chromecast software ready for the language you are getting in. Although I think that they promised this year to expand, and it's late, so they should expand soon. I think they should expand soon, but if they do it, they should do it right. Because when you enter in a country, if the service is not running right, there's a lot of haters about it. They don't understand it's a progression and evolution. So you have to do it right from the first time when you get inside a new country. And I think they're collecting a lot of data with the current setup they have. I guess they have 15 countries running Stadia, something like this. Let's go for more news on this week. Oh yeah, by the way, for those who are devs, yes, I love the dev word. Look at this. This is the Blender 3D with an add-on that you dynamically change different materials and they blend on the scenario automatically. So this is super cool in terms of developers. You can create stuff very easily. Very easily will adapt. This is so cool. So cool. And yes, Scott Pilgrim. Do you remember the movie? Do you remember the game? It's back. That's one of the things from Ubisoft that was really cool, was the Scott Pilgrim title coming back in a 16-bit way, pixel art way. But talking about the Ubisoft event, yes, it's a worldwide company. I love to see people from different countries talking, definitely. But remember that it's primarily a French company, so there's a lot of French guys talking, and some of their English is not that good, or it's too much heavy on the French accent, which is okay. You know, I don't think it's a bad thing. I watch the comments over there and people stupid, but I think it's okay. One thing that is really cool about the Ubisoft Forward, there is a Stadia announcement with the new game that I'm probably gonna play. I think it's the next thing here, to be honest. No, it's not. This one. Phoenix Rising is the new Zelda for everyone. The new Breath of the Wild. Come on, the game dynamics is very, very close to Zelda Breath of the Wild. Very, very close. So, probably because they announced this will be on Stadia, so I will play this on Stadia, and I'm thinking to play this on rogphone 3 on Stadia and live streaming that for you guys. I'm thinking about that. And this is interesting. I want to see how this will perform on a game like Stadia, like Stadia environment, right? This kind of game. And that was a very cool game. They are putting a lot of their bet a lot on this game because, okay, it's a ripoff of Zelda Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Somehow, the game way. But in the other hand, Zelda is for the Switch platform, Nintendo platform, and Wii U, but come on. I think I'm the only one that has Wii U right now. That's the feeling I have. But imagine the rest of the world that don't have Nintendo console, don't have a Switch. It's getting less and less because they're selling as crazy. PC players, Stadia players, they will have a similar approach to what it is, the Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is an incredible game. I'm playing a game with Pedro, my son, and it's an incredible game. Even playing again and again, you don't get tired of it. It's so well done. So many things to explore. It's so vast. So if this is the same direction, so Ubisoft is playing really hard on that because this is a way to bring this kind of game to a different audience, which make a lot of sense. Make a lot of sense. And Janky83 say, I mean, with PC you need to always upgrade graphic cards, etc. to play new games, while in consoles you don't need to. You're right, because you cannot upgrade on consoles. You have to buy a new console. Right? When we want to play new games they put in new consoles, you cannot play in your current console. You have to go for a new console. But the point is, the technology on PCs, they are evolving way faster than on consoles. So it was like 3 months ago, when we saw the information about the new PlayStation 5 and the information about what it can do. And I was watching the live streaming and I say, that's amazing, that's impressive, but I bet very soon PC will surpass it. And the new release of graphic cards for NVIDIA, the 3000 series, they surpass already, even before they are launched. Even before the launch of PlayStation 5. NVIDIA graphic cards are better in graphics than PlayStation 5. Talking to numbers about numbers, okay? Let's see in the real life. But has all the potential. Come on. The NVIDIA RTX 3090, it's a beast. It can do games in 8K, 60 frames per second. And it's available in a matter of weeks or a month, something like this, before PlayStation 5, before Xbox Series X. And all you need to do is just take the current graphic card you have in your PC and put a new one. It's expensive, yes it is, but again, PC game is about extreme performance. It's not about cost. But if you want to have the best cost benefit to play with huge graphics, cool graphics, and very cheap titles, go for Stadia. is doing already 4K 60 frames per second. And if you are a Stadia Pro and pay $10 per month, then you can have a lot of discounts on AAA titles and a lot of free games, dude. Easily, I have more than 20 free games already that I got from the Stadia Pro subscription. Sorry for my accent. What else we have here? Yes, like just I mentioned, Immortals Phoenix Rising from Ubisoft. Actually, the Ubisoft event, there's a lot of announcements. I don't get too excited because a lot of them, like the remake of Prince of Persia, amazing work they did, but it's not a new Prince of Persia. Oh, Scott Pilgrim, it's a remake. It's not a new Scott Pilgrim. It's cool, but not new. Watch Dogs. Oh, they put a lot of new stuff on Watch Dogs, but it's still the same Watch Dogs. Oh, the World Cup of Rainbow Six, but it's still the same Rainbow Six. So, few things are really new, like this one, Immortals Phoenix Rising. And by the way, when they finish to announce new stuff, they keep a guy talking about a game that I never saw in my life, and I hate it, and I stopped watching after 30-something minutes, almost 40 minutes. They should stop, close the live streaming, and then put this video somewhere else, you know. Just my opinion. My humble opinion. And Stadia will be the first one to have a demo of Immortals Phoenix Rising. So that's why I should play it here, definitely. And talking about Stadia, and it'll be the last news of tonight of this Side.Quest number 19. Why took so long? Google, why took so long? It's so obvious, right? That's obvious marriage. Stadia in Chromebooks. Come on. I don't know why this, even it's somehow a news, you know. You can play on the Chrome browser. But yes, it's there. Finally. Just an easier way, right? That's all, folks. That's all for the Side.Quest number 19. I hope you all doing well, and see you soon in the next Side.Quest. See you soon, folks!